Dude, mine's so quick.
Alright, so, chapter, what are we on, 11 review, page 504, number 10. So again, the whole gist of this chapter was what?
Running your business.
Kind of running your business, right? How we're going to take care of our inventory, how we're going to figure out what our inventory was, how we're going to calculate who to charge for our inventory, kind of are we splitting it among different pieces of the company, right? That's kind of the gist of the whole thing. So the first one is recruiting somebody to work for us. Number 10. The Keller Company runs a newspaper employment ad each Sunday. The ad should cost $1,400 a day. Because of the number of ads it runs, Keller receives a 22% discount off the usual price. What is the cost for Keller to run ads for 1 year?
$56,784.
Yes. Everybody understand why? No. So what do we got to do?
1,400 times 52.
You'll get your discount.
1,400 times 22%.
And I did the 22% after.
Oh, okay. Okay, yes. You got to do the 22% sometime. You can do it before or after. What?
That's 308, right?
Could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then take that times.
52.
No. Doesn't say per year, so 365, shouldn't you?
No, it's per Sunday.
Oh, was it? Okay. Good catch.
16.
No, 52, sorry.
Yeah, 16,016.
Wait. You did 20 or 308? No. Yeah, if you're gonna do 22% discount, then you need to take that discount and subtract it from 1,400 first.
Idiot.
So take 1,400 times your 22%, which was your 308 maybe,
Yeah.
and then subtract that from 1,400, and then take that answer times 52.
56,784.
There you go. Everybody else good? Numero 11.
What number is that?
That would be 11.
Okay.
A company hired Joanna Nietzsche through an executive recruiter. Okay, so remember this is a person that's kind of going out and trying to find these people, right? The recruiter's fee was 26% of all money paid to Joanna in her first year of employment. Joanna agreed to a salary of $65,000 a year. She was also paid an $11,000 signing bonus. So, is the $11,000 a part of this?
Yes.
Yes.
The pay rate.
Okay. So you would take 6,000 times
0.26.
0.26.
Yeah, 19,760.
So for this person getting hired, this person made $19,000. Pretty cool, right? So basically, if you find the same gig 4 times, you're making 80 grand a year.
Turn 2, and I can get behind that.
All right. All right. Next one was about wage and salary increases. This was our COLA stuff. Remember the COLA? Right? COLA was just cost of the living, right? Adjustment. So this is basically telling you what your increase is going to be. So number 12, Helmut received a COLA of 2.3% on his weekly, oh, that's a dude too, weekly gross wage of $760. How much will Helmut earn per week after the pay increase?
What did they?
777.48. Exactly right. Way to go, Helmut.
117 or 17? 1740. I got it right on Jack.
777.
She doesn't have a good last name to go with it either.
I know. Demzek?
Oh, plus.
I wonder if these are names of people that work with
I
us.
kind of want to be Helmut's 504. First you do.
Well, I'm not saying Helmut's not a cool dude.
I want to be his friend because I just want to say friend.
Hey, Helmet, get over here.
How much?
That's what happened to me
I need a
yesterday.
What's up, Helmut?
That's what happened to me yesterday. I got finessed.
Yeah, Rob.
By Helmut?
So I took out these sheets for this one guy to put them on,
and then my coworker asked me a question, so I turned around for like 20 seconds to talk to her. He put his old shoes in there and gave me the box, and I didn't even look at his feet. So I brought it to the counter, then he came up to the counter, and as soon as I went to go open up, he turned around and started walking away. I was like, what the heck? I looked in the box, and his old shoes were in there. I'm like, hey! But as soon as he like leaves the store, I can't do anything about it.
Really?
So he just took off. And
That's when you go and clock out, and then you go and clock in.
Can't you say that he stole them then?
Yeah, I called the cops and all that.
Oh, you did?
4 of them showed up. I was like, I was working with this older lady. He's like, who's in charge right now? I'm like, me. They're like, you? Yeah, pretty much.
And so,
I'd call a manager, then the headquarters, and some other guy.
Over
And
there.
write a whole report.
How smart about that.
so do you guys have cameras? No?
No.
Uh-oh.
I know where to go. No.
Yeah, I'll be there tonight.
We're checking them today, see if they got their plates.
I'll be there tonight.
His girlfriend had like pink short hair.
Really?
Oh, that makes sense.
It's kind of, yeah, you probably shouldn't.
What a fur.
How does Hibbets not have any cameras? Either that or I know there's cameras in the Walmart parking lot. You can snag one of those.
The dollar store has a
Real detective.
Because then you should be able to see the Hibbett side, and then you'll see the guy walk in, and then you'll see him walk out.
I'm
and see
sure
what
the
kind of
phone
vehicle it
place,
is.
or wait, what's that place on the corner?
Cricket.
Yeah, I'm sure they got
Alright, number 13 is the next one.
What?
I'm sorry you got played.
Yeah, that's a grandfather's.
Cruise Products Inc. shared 15% of its $2 million profit with its 120 hourly employees.
Hey, yeah, here, does that count as a sale?
What was the total amount of profit shared?
2,500? Did I do that right?
Mm-mm.
Oh, was it 300,000?
300,000.
And then you
What
divide,
was
then you divide,
each?
then you divide by 120.
Then you divide by 100.
You did.
Yeah, then I got 2,500.
Right. But the first answer is 300,000.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got that.
Alright. Good to go?
Good to go.
14. Total cost of labor. So now we're looking at FUTA and SUTA tax. Remember what FUTA and SUTA was?
Food, that's
Federal or state unemployment tax. This is, again, you as the business owner has to match what your employees are taking out of their taxes. Yes, absolutely. Becky earns $42,000 a year. The benefits her employee pays in taxes include 7.65% FICA tax and a combined FUTA and SUTA tax of 7.1% of the first $7,000 of income. Okay, so let's start right there. So we're gonna have $7,000 of income times,
0.0765.
and then we're gonna have $7,000 times,
0.071.
okay? Now what else?
The first one's 535.
535,
There's a 0.5 at the end of it.
okay? And then the second one,
Your hands go on that line.
Gentlemen.
497.
for what?
97.
Straight up?
Yeah.
Becky also receives medical benefits worth $3,890 a year. Her employer pays 3.4% of her annual pay into a retirement program. What is the employer's total cost of providing these benefits?
$9,028.
$9,028?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a map right, you know.
How'd you get the other parts?
I don't know.
What else?
It's definitely not in my book. So,
So the next part we would do is 3.4% of her annual pay to her retirement. So how do I figure my amount of retirement?
4% times 42.
42,000 times point what? 0.034. So how much do they pay for retirement?
1,428.
1,428. And do we have to include the medical benefits?
Yes, plus the.
38.90. So we add all that up, and we should get what Mr. Lamer said.
no, it doesn't believe you.
9,028. Everybody good with that? Down to 16, tracking and reordering inventory. Remember with your reorder point, oh, that's 17. Let's do 16 first. So wholesaler showed a stock balance of 812 units of shavers on November 1st. Then the same shavers were shipped to retailers on these dates: November 2nd, November 12th, and November 28th. The wholesaler received 900 from the manufacturer on November 10th. So the hardest part in this one is to kind of remember which one are you, right? That's what the hard part is. So when they say is shipped to retailers, what are we doing from our grand total?
Subtract.
We're subtracting. So 812 minus those three, and then we would add what we received from the wholesalers. So then you can either do it as a running total, or you can do it as a grand total at the end. So what's my ending balance, in a sense, of shavers that I have at the end of November?
397.
No,
720.5.
no,
Oh, wait. Far. 1,297.
no.
Do I have to do this?
You gotta subtract the first three numbers.
I did.
So take 812 minus 415 minus 570 minus 605 plus 900.
I did. 122.
Thank you.
122.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some of the.
Come on,
We're getting the November 10th.
Participate.
You add 900 too.
You add 900 at the end, yes.
I'm tired.
Okay?
I just got robbed.
Hey, concentrate. 17.
Can't one of these guns or?
On average, Parts Source, a wholesaler, sells 28 electric motors a day to repair shops. It takes 6 days for Parts Source to get new motors from a manufacturer, and their safety stock is 1.5 times the daily motor sales. What is the reorder point? So remember, when we're doing reorder point, it is 1 day's worth. Mr. Lammers, I've had about enough. Okay?
Gotcha.
1 day's worth times what?
0.015. No.
Mm-mm.
No. 1.5.
No, what do you do for the reorder point?
The times the days.
Times
6 days.
the days of what?
Parts source.
Days to get, in a sense, right? And then what do I do with my safety stock?
You add it.
You add your safety stock.
1.5.
Mr. Lehman, you subtracted.
Yep, I know.
Yesterday.
That was number 2.
You dig it, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, where does the 1.5 come into play?
When you take that for
When you
times the number you sell a day.
Okay, so how many were
28.
per day? So we're gonna take 28 times 1.5. How many do we get? 0, 4, 14.
No,
0,
what did you
2,
28 times
0,
6.
12, 2, 3, 4. 42 is what?
That's the
Safety stock.
That's my safety stock. What'd you say, Johnny?
Wouldn't you do 28 times 6? Because it says it takes 6
Yes.
days.
Not to get your safety stock.
But this right here is to get this number over here. So yes, you're still doing 28 times 6.
169.5
Plus 47.
What are you getting?
is
160?
28 times 6.
Well, you can't get a decimal if you have
Plus
no decimal.
1.5.
No.
It's
Hold on.
168.
6 times 8 is 8.
Plus
4,
42.
12 and 4 is 16. 168 plus 42.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much?
Two times.
Alright. Look at the math now. So the 28 was given to us. The 6 days was given to us. We multiply those together, but this number wasn't given to us. It said the safety stock was 1.5 times 1 day's worth. So I take 28 times 1.5 to get my 42 in safety stock. What's safety stock mean?
safe.
Yeah, so
Or fallback.
to fall back on in case we have a huge, well, day where we get robbed. Then we at least have something, right? Okay, so let's go down to the inventory ones. Now, I have all of these circled. Let me check which one, if you have, I can't imagine I made you do all of them.
Yeah, Mr. Cadet, the parlor, I was trying to figure out the cost of storage for our freezer.
You were?
My boss did it.
And how much
Well,
is,
it's cheap, we didn't really, we were just talking about it, we didn't actually calculate it out, but it costs more for us in the summer because of, how many ice, we have a lot more ice cream in the summer.
Right. right? So you actually do have to do all three of them on the test. 18, 19, and 20. Meaning FIFO, LIFO, and the weighted average. So do we need to go through those? So if I do FIFO, where are we starting? The last. Okay, so when they tell me the unit value of the beginning inventory was 600 shears for $7.28, do I use that?
Yes. No.
Not for this one, right? For the LIFO, yes, you have to use that number. For the FIFO, you don't. So do you want to go through 18 and 19 or 20?
Talk about.
Okay, so on 18, how many do I need? I need 700 of them, right? So we're going to start at the end.
September 18.
Yeah, and I honestly don't know why there's two different ones for September 18th. I don't know if that's just misprint or what. I would guess it is, but. So the first September 18th, we're going to use all 500 of those. So we take 500 times the 7.41. And then how many are we going to use from this? 200 of those, right? So then we take 200 times 7.62 and we add those two together.
52.29.
52.29, yes. Okay, so now in 19, we're doing LIFO. So it says last in, first out, or last. So then you start with the first. So that's where, when they give you the beginning inventory, you have to use that as the first one, even before the things that they list. So you're gonna do 160 units times 6.85, but then we gotta get to 300. Okay, so how many of September 3rds do we use? 140. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah, I see.
See how we're doing that? So then we would do 140 times 7.3 and then add those together again. So notice well, I guess you can't really compare them because one was 700 and one was 300, right? All right, so let's look at 20. Now 20 is a lot of stuff, right? Meaning a lot of math. But this is where we probably need to look at this one because this is where a lot of you messed up a little bit. So we're going to do 450 units
This is short.
was 3,200. So at the beginning, they've already done the one thing for you. 3,253, what was it? 50. All right, so we're going to divvy up the rest of the problem. Somebody do September 3rd, somebody do September 12th, 18th, or the first 18th and the second 18th.
I'll do the 12 versus 18.
Somebody got September 3rd.
5,110.
5,110. September 12th yet?
8,280.
8,280? First September 18th.
2,286.
Second one.
3,705.
Okay? Everybody good with that? Everybody understand what you got to do there? So now I'm going to add these up, but what else am I adding? I'm also adding the grand total of the numbers. So I'd add up 450, 700, 1,200, 300, 500. Everybody understand what I'm saying there? So the number of units should have been in this column right here.
3,150.
3,150. What's my grand total over here?
$22,634.50.
Okay? Divide.
It's 7.186.
7.19.
7 point, what? 19. Now, does it say to round anything? use the weighted average to find the value of the ending inventory. So this one doesn't say anything. So here's where you would just multiply using that number. If they ask you to do it to a specific number, then you'd have to round. Okay?
$4,383.19.
And how many cents?
19.
9.
Or do you have to round to 4,385?
Mm.
90 cents.
$4,385.90.
90 cents.
So you do have to round to 7 to the nearest cent.
Do you? So you gotta do 720?
No, well that's it there. It's 7.1855.
Oh, okay, yes, so this right here, you're rounding to that.
Yeah.
So this was 7.18 something?
5.
So obviously, yes. But that number, so you're always rounding to the nearest. That's where I think you use that whole number. Okay, so realistically, you're doing it right because that's what we've always stressed, not to round to the end, but this is where you gotta round there. Because that would have affected it just a little bit. Okay, and then, so we take our 719 times whatever the inventory was that they wanted, right? And then you get your answer. Everybody good with that? So here's the key one to that problem right there. That thing right there. 21. The Piper Company issues 120 stock orders a week. A purchasing agent earning $700 a week spends 100% of her time on ordering. Her assistant earns $112 a day and spends 10% of his time entering orders into a computer system. Warehouse and office costs are calculated at $5.17 per order. What is the cost of issuing each stock order? Interesting.
We just do yours.
What are we gonna do here?
Would you do, 112 times .1.
Yep, perfect.
And then-
112 times 0.1, okay, what else?
And then you add that to the 700.
Nope.
So would you count this as a 7-day work week or the whole 7-day week?
I would say a work week, since they didn't say, is 5 days. So, that's an important answer, or question. But we have $700 divided by 120, right? Everybody okay with that? And understanding why I'm doing this? $700, the one lady made $700, and they're gonna do 120. So you're saying, how much is she making per thing?
Oh.
So what's 700 divided by 120?
Asking what is the cost of issue?
5.83 repeating.
5 points, so let's just say $5.83. What is this?
That's 11.
11.2.
$11.20.
0.00?
0.2.
Oh, okay. 11.2?
Yeah.
That seems
That's what
like
the
a lot.
calculator says.
Okay.
Wow.
Then it says what?
Well, you have to multiply the 11.2 by your 5 days. Or you do a 7 day.
$112 a day.
Because she gets paid a day while the 700 is per week.
Okay.
Yeah,
So this is times 5?
No, was it 5?
7.
So we get what?
78.4.
56.
Is it 5 or 7?
Yeah, is it 5?
I would guess it's 5.
Okay,
If they don't say
it's
it.
56.
56? Okay. What else?
Then you do 517 per order.
Well, you'd have to divide that by 120 then.
Okay, so take this divided by 120. So what's 56?
0.46 repeating.
44 cents?
47 cents it'd be.
47 cents, okay. And then what was our other $5 number?
517.
Add all those three things up.
1147.
That's my answer. So that's kind of an interesting question. And like you said, it would really get drastically changed if this was a 7 day, right? But does everybody understand where we're getting all those numbers? So this is the person that works on just ordering. So this was a weekly total, that's why we could just divide by 120. This was a person that helps out a little bit with ordering. So they make, or they're charged this, but then times 5 days to get to that work week, and then you divide by 120 to get a grand total. That's kind of a good problem. It's
Just
just,
a little thinker.
yeah. Finally, the last one. A retailer's annual inventory value is 720 grand. He borrows money at 17% for 3/10 of the inventory's annual value. Customer theft is 3% of inventory. Other costs relating to holding stock are 28 grand. What is the carrying cost per $1 of inventory?
Yeah, that sucks, dude.
Are we doing this
Isn't,
on the board? Are we okay?
is it 91,800, or is that wrong?
It's 12 cents.
Oh, because I didn't divide it by that.
Okay,
Did you get 12 cents?
720.
Yeah, well, 0.1275. So you gotta subtract the holding stock from the inventory, don't you?
He borrows money at 17 for 3/10 of the inventory's annual value.
Oh, 720 times 17%. That's how much you borrow.
Yeah.
And then take that number, 3% times that number to get your customer theft inventory amount.
Oh my god.
And then you add the 28 on. No.
I got it.
Because then that one gets you closer.
You take 3% times 720,000. And you borrow money, you take that 17 times 720,000.
No, but it's only for 3/10 of that 700,000.
There we go.
3/10, oh, and then you take 3/10 of that 720,000, whatever. Or the 17% that you got.
Is it?
No,
12
720,
cents?
then you
12
do
cents.
17.
Yeah, I got it.
You got 12 cents?
Same.
Alright, so what'd you do?
First, you take 3/10 of 720,000, so you divide it by 10 and multiply that answer by 3. And you take that answer times the 17% for the money he borrows. And then you take the 3% of the 720,000 plus the $28,000, and then you divide that by 720,000. If that made any sense.
And why did you do the 3/10?
You take 3% of, wait, what did you say?
You mean you take 3% of what you got from that?
No, the whole inventory.
I don't know what I got it, so.
You don't know what you got.
I don't know what he's saying.
So
I know what he's trying to say.
come to me if you ever need.
I had it
that
right.
help.
I don't need to call cops.
It happens.
Basically, 21 and 22, good problem to work together with, but it's probably not gonna be that hard tomorrow.
No.
No,